Most businesses look at waste and just see a cost, something to manage. But what if I told you that pile of scrap is actually a gold mine of data? Today, we're going to dig in and show you how your company's trash might just be its most valuable, untapped treasure.
Welcome to Metricom. We are all about turning complex data into simple, actionable insights. And today, we're diving deep into the hidden world of waste data, showing you how a simple shift in perspective can unlock some incredible value for your business.
For most companies, let's be honest, waste is just a problem that needs to be solved. It's a line item on a budget, an environmental box to tick, and frankly, an operational headache. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if waste isn't actually the problem, but just a symptom of something much, much deeper? What if that overflowing dumpster is really a flashing red light on your dashboard, signaling a critical failure somewhere inside your operations?
So in this explainer, we're going to first break down the common misconceptions about waste. Then we'll reframe it as a powerful signal, decode its hidden clues, get real about its true financial impact, and finally, show you how to turn all that raw data into powerful operational intelligence.
All right, let's start by challenging that traditional mindset. It's a view that isn't totally wrong, but wow, is it limited. And it's costing businesses way more than they realize.
You know the drill. With the disposal mindset, the main focus is just getting rid of the stuff as cheaply as you can. It's just seen as an unavoidable cost of doing business. The only real question anyone asks is, so how much are we making? This super narrow view completely misses the huge opportunity hidden inside.
Now, let's make the big shift. This is where it gets interesting. It's time to stop seeing waste as the problem and start seeing it for what it truly is, a signal.
So we're moving from treating waste as just a disposal issue to recognizing it as a symptom, a signal coming from a broken process. It's not the disease itself, it's the fever telling you that something is wrong.
I mean, think about it. That bin of scrap isn't just discarded stuff. It's like a monument to inefficiency. It represents lost money, wasted energy, squandered labor, and precious time you'll never get back. It's a physical sign of a process that's out of control.
And this perspective changes everything. Instead of asking, how much waste do we have? We start asking, wait a minute, why is this waste being created in the first place? That question right there transforms waste management from a cleanup job into a powerful diagnostic tool. So, how does this actually work in the real world? Well, once you start asking why, you can begin to decode the clues hidden in your waste streams. You basically become an operational detective, and your waste, that's the crime scene. And the signals can be surprisingly specific. A sudden spike in scrap metal isn't just waste. Nope. It could be a machine that's fallen out of calibration, a bad batch of raw materials you just received, or maybe even an operator who needs a bit more training. The waste points you directly to the problem.
And hey, this idea works across all kinds of industries. On a construction site, a huge pile of offcuts isn't just debris. It's a massive sign of poor planning, maybe some inaccurate ordering, or even improper storage. It's a clear signal that your upstream processes are bleeding money.
In food production, the connection is even more obvious. An increase in food waste can be a direct signal of bad forecasting, problems with refrigeration, or just really inefficient stock rotation. Again, the waste isn't the problem, the broken process is.
So, how do you start spotting these patterns? Well, you got to get granular. Start tracking your waste by where it's coming from and what kind of waste it is. Analyze the trends over time. Compare it to your production levels. And here's the most important part. Connect the dots. Overlay your waste data with your operational data, things like machine downtime or maintenance schedules. That's when the real story starts to emerge.
Look, this isn't just some academic exercise. These signals have a direct and often massive impact on your bottom line. So let's talk about the true financial cost of all this waste. The key concept here is something called poor resource efficiency. It sounds complicated, but it's a really simple idea. You're spending money on materials, energy, and labor that aren't actually creating any value for your customers. And waste? Well, that's the most visible sign of this inefficiency.
The cost of waste is a total iceberg. Seriously. The disposal fee is just the tiny tip you see above the water. Below the surface are all these hidden costs. The raw materials you bought but couldn't sell, the extra transportation and storage, the wasted labor, the lost productivity. These hidden costs can be absolutely staggering.
But here's the most important part. Almost all of this cost is preventable. By treating waste as a signal of inefficiency, you're basically creating a roadmap to reclaim lost profit. This isn't just about being green. It's about being financially smart.
Okay, so this brings us to the final and most powerful step, moving beyond just collecting data to creating real, actionable intelligence that drives constant improvement.
It all comes down to the questions you're asking. The old reactive question is, how do we dispose of all this waste? The new proactive question is, hold on, why was this waste even created, and how do we stop it from happening again? When your whole organization adopts this new perspective, everything changes. The conversation immediately shifts from disposal to prevention. The goal moves from just compliance to actual performance. And your environmental report, it transforms from a regulatory headache into a playbook for operational excellence.
Ultimately, this is the key insight. When you learn to read the signals hidden in your waste, what used to be just environmental data becomes a powerful source of strategic business intelligence. The kind of intelligence that can make your operations stronger, more efficient, and yes, a whole lot more profitable.
So, the next time you walk past a full dumpster, don't just see a cost, see a question. What is your waste data trying to tell you about your business? The answer could be the most valuable insight you uncover all year.